as I understand, you want to know how this serves well in the prepaid context.
Absolutely.
So I can recharge for 1,000 rupees every month and spend 1,000 rupees, right? But the idea is, if I am on a bad plan, I can spend a rupee and a half for each call I make, or if I get the right plan, I can just spend 30 paise. There's a huge difference. I don't need to recharge for 1,000 bucks. I can probably meet the same requirement in 300 bucks. As long as I know how much I'm spending, 1,000 bucks. If I knew where I'm spending 1,000 bucks, say STD in-network mobile calls is where I make all my calls, I can get a rate cutter in that category to save 70% cost.
Absolutely.
So that's where it helps even for prepaid users.
Actually, we plan to develop some of our own profiling software, and this is one of them. Actually, the problem is, for Dhaka city, the problem is, in fact, you won't get the information, proper information, properly in right time. Say, for example, you have a bank account, so you need to withdraw money. But the thing is, say there are ATMs, there are around 1,500 ATMs probably in Dhaka cities, all scattered. The thing is, no bank in Bangladesh is providing their ATM GPS positioning. They are providing you a list of the addresses, but you won't find that addresses very easily. It's a common problem in the city. So what we planned at initial level, so this is one of the reasons, that is the ATM, and not only ATM. For example, we have some bank like Dutch Bangla Banks. It's a huge banking, it's a revolutionary bank. They have huge branches and a huge number of, booths also in the city. So again, the problem came in that there is no specific geographical location. The specific address or location of that bank or branch. So then we developed this app. The main concern of this app is to, can we go to the next slide, please? It's basically, it has 5 features. If we summarize the features, that the finding bank, branches, location, nearby you. That is, whenever you open this app, it will show you all the branches or bank or ATM nearby you, and in the main screen of the app, you will get 3 options. I'm coming to that screen, that you can categorize the, location in a convenient way. The second feature is finding ATMs nearby you. Third is the searching of ATM branches or both by convenient categorized search. Say, for example, this feature is very important. You see, some of our bank normally use cross-bank ATM. Say, for example, I don't know, probably you don't know, I don't know whether you know these names, that we have a branch bank like, as I said before, Dutch Bangla, they use Standard Chartered networks and vice versa also. So, for example, if I'm in a older part of the city where the communication is not that good, so if I know that there is a branch or there is an ATM nearby of a different bank where I can withdraw the money or deposit my cash or check, then it's a worthy thing. So this is the third feature. Just back to the last one. And showing route to a desired position. This is also another important point. Say, for example, you know the position, but you don't know the route, so it will give you the route as well. And lastly, bank-wise and area-wise search. Say, in a certain area, how many branches or banks are there. So this is the first thing. Say, for example, when you are opening the apps, it will show your position. And although the screen is very blurred, if you see that there are in the top part of the screen, there is 200 meter, 100, 1,000 meter, 500 meters. There are the distance you want to browse. Distance you want to see the branches or ATMs. And in the downer part, in the lower part, there the bank, ATM, or booth. Say, for example, if you just open up the apps, it will show you by default 500 meter probably the nearest branches and ATMs nearby you. So then you can categorize, then you can click the other buttons, and it will show you that then 200, 500, 1 kilometer, or even in the whole city. So this is the first thing. Now, if we go to the next slide, if any user wants to see the bank surrounding him and pressing the bank, he will get only the bank location, then the ATM will be excluded. And if he wants then only the ATM position, he will pick up the ATM of the bank, ATM of that bank, so that he will get only the ATM locations. So I'm going to the next screen, and sometimes you may need for the convenience of moving there, branch or ATM both. So you can also do that by using the both option, and it will show you all the ATMs or branch nearby you. It's specifically for the Dhaka city. And to the next screen. So if you see, this is the thing where I am. There are around 100 ATMs or branch nearby us. So now the problem is the route. So if you see or if you plot on the pin of the mobile any position, then it will show you the next position, that is the route. There is a button like Get Route, so you can have the route on and go into that position. And there is another issue. Sometimes you see, sometimes going that position. If you use a mobile, then north and south is a confusing term in mobile. So if you just say you can change the mobile direction, and this software also will be able to give you the perfect direction, that is the absolute direction. If I go to the next screen, it will show me, okay, I'm coming to that point. Sorry for that. In this screen, I'm telling actually the bank or area-wise search. Say, for example, there is an area, say, like Farmgate. There are around, say, maybe 200 ATMs or 200 branch positions. So if you click on the area, then there will be a list that you can select any of the area from your location, nearby location, or, all the areas are there in this software. So you can select any area and search by the categories. And if you select on the bank, there are some list of bank. You see the bank. There's a dummy data, in fact. Oh, sorry, there are some areas. Bank University, these are the areas. And there are also some bank lists. So you will see the bank. If you click on the banks, and it will show you that specific bank location. To the next slide. If you see the same thing. I've already told about you that the select the location from the picker, and then this is the result about the picking. And to the next screen, actually, you'll see you can also write a location name by your own, and you can have the branches nearby you. And the last screen, I'll say that if you see, that was which I was mentioning about, that if you even change the location, it will give you the absolute position. Say, for example, I don't know, this is north or south. So sometimes it's becoming as confusing that mobile showing this direction, but actually I'm in the opposite direction. So this type of things has been resolved here. So it's actually giving you the absolute position. Lastly, what I want to add that for this software, actually we have plotted around 1,000 ATM position, which is not an easy job. Actually, we hired a team, and we gave them some GPS positioning device, and they basically gave us this positioning of this 1,000 unit, and this is already embedded in the software. And still, I'm sure that we missed some positions, and there are more, and we are trying to upgrade this thing always. So this is actually our intention, and in future we are going to do the same thing, maybe for restaurant, maybe for mosque, and maybe some other utility ideas maybe. Thank you very much. Any question from your side?
Thank you very much, Rashad, Kamal. Where do you get the map data from?
Actually, we use the basic map from Google. Basic map is from Google. But Google, actually, all the positions are not clear and all the pointers are not there. So we use the database, and we point those maps on side of Google Maps. Actually, all the pointing is in our own database here.
Are you having plans to use crowdsourcing for the ATM machine locations?
Yeah, it's definitely I'm interested, but actually I'm not marketing this specific device. If anybody or any partner wants this thing for any specific country or area, I'm open for that.
Okay.
I have a plan, definitely.
Any questions you might have? Please, over there in the corner.